All right, Taurus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December 4th through the 10th of 2017. And yes, this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new, be sure to check out the link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which is different from mainstream astrology, and so it does change the signs. All right, so Taurus, this week, still a lot of emphasis, I think, on relationships, as it's been maybe the past week or two. So lots of focus and attention here. You could be enjoying them, in fact, with Venus in your 7th house. And Mercury is retrograde, of course, and is going to go back into your 7th house of relationships here around Thursday, Friday, of maybe re-examining, redoing some things in that area. All right, so let's look at that along with the other things in more detail when we return. All right, Taurus, so here's your chart for the week. So let's go ahead and break this down one day at a time, going through the days of the week here. On Tuesday, we do have Chiron going station direct. If you felt any healing this past year needed with maybe community stuff or group stuff or friends, or maybe about your future aspirations, if there's been wounds, they may have been on the back burner this past 6 months during the retrograde. So now it's time to start to implement some of this healing involving any wounds, if they do come up Tuesday, regarding group, community stuff, progressive stuff, maybe technology, innovation, and just future stuff in general. Those progressive things in life. So that's Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we do have Mercury going over Saturn again, retrograde here, but this time sextiling up to Mars. Which is actually a very nice support to this. So this is a Mercury that's dipped into your 8th house. I think you've been, recently maybe got this glimpse about some deeper things in your life, matters pertaining to healing and things like this, this last week. But now midweek, Mercury is going to go over Saturn here. So this is sort of this new beginning in a much larger sense of the next couple years of it being about taking seriously things like healing and intimacy and trust in, let's say, relationships and emotional vulnerability and all this kind of stuff. So Saturn's going to be helping you do the work with everything deeper in life, so you can transform, you can connect to what matters most in life. And so here around Wednesday, maybe some things to take seriously with this that you're either learning about, thinking about with that Mercury, and maybe re-examine some of the stuff involving your finances or your resources, working hard at that midweek. And then maybe also too in terms of what you find fun and passionate in life, and maybe your self-expression in general. So what's nice is that Mars sextiles it. So there's been a lot of directness with your self-expression lately these past couple months, which is great. And that self-expression is very supportive for you here this week. Now, once we get into about Thursday, Friday, that Mercury then dips back into the 7th house of relationships. So time to re-examine some of that stuff here through December. You're going to have a new beginning in this area here with the next new moon that we have. But yeah, this week, second half of the week, what can you redo, rethink, rework, re-examine? Re-examine what relationships are about in your life, what they're about in general, about the importance of give and take, all this type of stuff that is one-to-one related. All right, and then the week does end with Mercury trining up to Uranus and Venus squaring Neptune on Sunday. So with that stuff that you're thinking about, maybe with relationships, it is very supportive here on Sunday in the sense that you might be feeling quite free in those relationships. Maybe it's spending some time with some friends with Uranus in that 11th house, or some community things, or online or something like that. But really good synergy here between the more progressive area and the relationship area of your chart. Supporting it could also be giving you a bit of insight about finances, and then you again feeling quite free to express yourself this weekend actually with Mercury. And this stuff with your finances and with self-expression always goes through a reflection when Mercury goes retrograde. So good to be re-examining this stuff, and even re-examining what you find passionate in relationships and what you really value in relationships as well. All right, and now Venus, your ruler, though, is going to be squaring up to Neptune on Sunday. So with that, there is also maybe some malaise, some uncertainty, maybe a lot of dreamy energy. Maybe you're wanting to get some rest, or if it's to an extreme, maybe escape, So very good to find the constructive ways of working with Neptune, which is really about living in the present moment. And if any uncertainty does come up involving your career, which is where Neptune is in the 10th, or again, involving some of this relationship stuff, it is good to, again, implement that presence and just know that everything is unfolding in divine timing, and anything we can do to surrender really will help us integrate these healthy qualities of Neptune, which is really about trust in the divine process, and yes, living more presently and things like that. And that's going to help strengthen your career, strengthen your relationships, and maybe even your routine as well, or your work could be strengthened through that also. All right, so Taurus, have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for the next forecast. Take care.